Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. It's Friday, May 3rd. I've got big news to share with you guys, and the crypto market looks great. Bitcoin crossed over $5,800 today, so we continue to see the upward trend, currently sitting at $5,789. Ethereum just over 168, XRP close to 31 cents. So from a 24-hour perspective, we are up. There's green across the board. From an hourly perspective, there's your minor pullbacks and corrections, but the market looks great, guys. And some folks think we are in a bull market. I still don't think we are yet. I want to see some more. I want to see us cross over 6,000, go to 6,500, build new resistance levels, support levels, and then I think I will be on that train to say, okay, we are in a bull market, because that's a key point. I think between the 65 to 6,800, going back to last year where Bitcoin was moving sideways around that price point. And I want to see some more because, this is a young market. It's very volatile. Negative news can bring it back down and all that. But we are moving upwards, and that's what we want to see, slow, steady growth. It looks great here. And some folks actually saw on Bitfinex today that Bitcoin hit near 6,100. And on Coinbase, it was at 5,750. So new highs for 2019, guys. So a great sign. Let's hope the trend continues over the weekend. Now, we're seeing more and more institutions, analysts, investment firms, hedge funds, and so forth talking about the upcoming growth of this asset class, and that you should be getting in now. If you're getting it now, you're still early, but I mean, many of us who held through the crypto winter and accumulated through the crypto winter, I think we have the opportunity to make more positive returns or bigger returns than those who may be coming in at this time because they're getting at the higher prices. But the folks at Fundstrat said buy Bitcoin before the next bull run in H2 2019. So let me give you the details. Bitcoin's price may pull back soon, but investors should leverage it to buy more. Bloomberg quoted market strategy firm Fundstrat Global Advisors on May 3rd. In a note to clients on May 2nd, Fundstrat analyst Robert Schlumer said while Bitcoin's current strength marks the start of a longer-term bullish trend, the accumulation phase is not over yet. So I'm totally in agreement with that. Here's a quote. Using pending pullbacks to continue accumulating Bitcoin in the second quarter in anticipation of a second half rally through $6,000 resistance, he advised signaling volatility should appear in the short term. Here's some more. While it's premature to conclude Bitcoin will not retest support near 4,300, we would encourage traders and investors to remain focused on the bullish, longer-term technical profile developing. So I'm in total agreement. I think they covered it well here. Look, we could see a pullback, but it's not going to be a significant pullback like, guys like Tone Vay saying we might go down to 1,300, things along that line. It may pull back and go to the 4,000s, or it may keep going. These scenarios are both probable, but now is the time to be accumulating, not financial or investment advice, of course. And we know the Bitcoin halving is coming up next year, which is going to make the production of Bitcoin or mining of Bitcoin more rare because there's less rewards. The difficulty rate increases and so forth. So we are headed to a certain point in time, once again, where the scarcity will increase. And we see a lot of the big players launching. We see a lot of financial instruments being built around Bitcoin and other cryptos. So the future of this market is very bright, guys. And we see, like I said, the big players are launching. Now, moving ahead to some Ripple and XRP news, guys, we got some big stuff here. As you know, my portfolio, majority of it is XRP, but I'm also holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Siacoin, Propi, Stellar Lumens, and many others, VeChain, and so forth. I personally diversify, but I'm most bullish on XRP because of the use case that XRP is being positioned in, not just with Ripple, but with R3. And because there's big banks like SBI Group and Holdings that are behind it, trying to push the adoption. These are not companies that were built out of crypto. They existed before crypto, and they are pushing the usage of XRP. Now, Euronet subsidiary Ria turns to Ripple tech seeking faster money transfers. So this is a big partnership for Ripple. Ria Money Transfer, a subsidiary of US-based payments firm Euronet Worldwide, has joined Ripple's blockchain-based payments network seeking faster cross-border payments. In an announcement Wednesday, Ripple said that RippleNet will help Ria settle transactions with increased speed, transparency, and efficiency. Customers stand to benefit too, it adds, with end-to-end tracking, improved visibility into fees and details of transaction status, and an estimated time of completion. So this is really great. One of the world's largest money transfer networks, Ria handles $40 billion in volume per year across locations in over 155 countries, according to the announcement. So this is big. Now, as I've always stated, not every bank and not every corridor is going to use Ripple's XRapid, which uses XRP. Some are going to use XVIA, some are going to use XCurrent. But that's okay, because the corridors that they're going to move money in respectively, the banks that are and institutions are going to use XRapid are going to use it based on their need, right? And that's all we want. We want the transaction. We want, the fact is there is going to be a percentage of them using it, but not all. I want to make sure that's clear, because sometimes people have the misconception that, oh my gosh, all these banks are going to, no. But once again, I think I've talked a bit about it before. It's not so much how many banks. What matters is how much money is moving in that corridor. And we know that we have 3 that are currently live, and we heard about 6 more that were going to go live this year, like Senfran, a Euro Exim Bank, and so forth. So there's a lot on the way. We know MoneyGram and Western Union are still both piloting XRP. So there's still a lot of things that are in the testing, building out, trial and error phase. So we got to be patient here. Now, we also got some news here at the 2019 Paris Blockchain Conference. Crédit Agricole announced it would soon launch a cross-border remittance program on Ripple in the conference program. They tested Ripple with Swiss regional banks in early 2018. So we got more confirmation of, a bunch of, and here's the video. I think it's, oh no, I apologize. So this is a separate news item here, but we got more confirmation of companies that are going to be launching and using Ripple's technology. So this is, the network continues to grow, more banks and institutions coming on board, some of which will use XRP. Ripple's Marjan Delattine Blockchain, the future of payments at the Paris Blockchain Week Summit. She said here, XRP, which is a product that is live, we do have 10 financial institutions that are actively using our product, and the volume is increasing every day. Goes back to what I was talking about with MercuryFX, and I've talked about it many times on this channel. When they launched XRapid last year, Ripple that is, and MercuryFX, Catalyst Federal Credit Union, and I forgot the other one that went live. They started very small, sending small payments. And I think MercuryFX was very transparent about this. They tweeted about this. Hey, we started with small payments. And then we just heard it from their CEO about a month ago that, hey, we're going to launch in, I think it was 10 new corridors, I think they had mentioned. So they're going to start small, go through the testing, make sure everything works. These are real companies now. They have to make sure they don't disrupt their existing process to lose customers, right? I don't think they want to do that. So they're going to slowly ramp up on this. And I hope you guys get, there's a big patience aspect to this, because this is live, dealing with real customers, moving real money. These people cannot flip a switch overnight, and they need to slowly roll it out into different corridors and do testing. So we have confirmation here that 10 financial institutions are using XRP, and they're going to slowly ramp up. The volume is increasing every day. Now, one thing you may have noticed, and I've said it many times, notice there's no U.S. bank announced that they're live yet or going to use it. Why is that? We've only seen in Europe and other countries, because there's no regulatory clarity here in the United States. I think once the Token Taxonomy Act gets passed, then we're going to see these U.S. banks go live. But that's not going to stop like SBI Group and Holdings going live, with it, and banks in Europe, because they don't have to worry about that. Ripple doesn't have to worry about the security, non-security issue and all that. And we know Ripple's working with the IMF and the Federal Reserve and many other folks. So big things are ahead. We just got to be patient here, guys. So I hope you see it. I hope I'm explaining it clearly, because there's still a lot of FUD going around. There's still a lot of people maybe who came in late and they're like, wait, I thought what's going on with XRP? Nobody's using it. What's this? And the FUD starts going around spreading it, but not understanding what's happening. And we hear it directly from the people at Ripple. But of course, maybe in another month, no one will remember this person said this, right? This is what's been happening. And people, all of a sudden, the FUD cycle starts again. starts again. But if you actually do your own research and read up on what's happening, and you see it, you hear it directly from the company and the people there, you know it's just a matter of time. You just got to be patient. Let these things be set up and built out. Now, moving on to Ethereum. As mentioned, I hold Ethereum in my portfolio. I am bullish on Ethereum. Phase 0 code for Ethereum proof of stake transition can be completed by June 30th, ETH Core developers. So as you know, Ethereum is moving from proof of work to proof of stake, and it looks like they're making some progress. And guys, there's a lot of things being built on the Ethereum blockchain. I think I've shared a lot with real world adoption, some governments and banks and so forth. So a code for the Ethereum blockchain's first stage transition to a proof of stake consensus algorithm could be completed by June 30th, as stated in an Ethereum core developers meeting on May 2nd. In a bi-weekly call, Ethereum researcher Justin Drake claimed that the developers team expects to prepare code specification for phase 0 by the end of June. Here's a quote: "We're still very much on track. Still, code simplifications are coming through, which is great, and a process of fine combing is also for finding these final bugs." So looks like they're on track here, guys. And I know they've been delaying a few things with upgrades and improving scalability and speed, but it's going to come. It's going to come. Ethereum is very much trusted, and there's a lot of stuff being built on it, not just like random ICOs, guys. I've shared the news with you guys. You can do your own research here, but I'm very bullish on it as a smart contract platform. And, you know, they're going to lead, I think, the niche of decentralized finance, guys. So big things happening around Ethereum here. And along the lines of smart contracts, cryptocurrency and smart contracts will for sure enter into society, says senior UK lawyer. So we are seeing government officials, people with prominent positions, influencers, now getting educated and waking up to this disruptive technology, guys. And I'm sharing this with you so you see what is happening holistically, not just looking at price. What is being built? Who's adopting? What is the government doing? What is the big money doing? So one of the UK's most senior lawyers said in a speech on May 2nd that cryptocurrency and smart contract use will inevitably begin, but regulations are needed. And we're waiting for regulations here in the United States, Token Taxonomy Act. But it's once again, the waiting game. Let it all play out. Addressing the University of Liverpool School of Law and Northern Chancery Bar Association, Sir Geoffrey Voss, Chancellor of the High Court, dedicated time to exploring necessary changes in order for smart contracts and crypto assets to become widespread. Here's a quote. "My starting point is to ask why smart contracts have taken so long to become ubiquitous or ubiquitous. Ugh. I can't say the word today." Here's another quote. "We have been discussing how and when they may take over the world of mainstream financial services for several years, yet they seem never to make that breakthrough into reality." So obviously, I think regulatory clarity is holding up a lot of things, and you know, there's a lot of building happening. But as you can see, I think the writing's on the wall here, and a lot of people are waking up to, wow, okay, this is the new standard. This is the disruptive technology, and things are going to change significantly. So guys, that's the news I wanted to share with you guys. What do you think? Bitcoin crosses over 6,000 by next week? I think it certainly can. Hopefully there's no negative news. For those who hold on to, oh, you said it's going to cross over 6,000 without, you know, looking at it holistically, they just have tunnel vision. Negative news can drive the prices down. No one can predict that. Okay, so please understand when I say it could, we're talking about potentially here. We're not talking about certainties. We're talking about probabilities, but it could hit 6,000 next week if there's no negative news and the positive bullish sentiment continues, guys. So I would love to hear your thoughts. Leave them below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you to my Patreon supporters, and I'll talk to you all later.